As Doc mentioned, my name is Kyle. I'm a senior, and I love tap dancing. I began by taking tap 1 and 2 as a class at Viewpoint my junior year, and I continue it this year, my senior year, by taking tap 3 and 4. And I've had the opportunities to perform in dance concerts, in holiday programs, and one school assembly. And though I've only been tapping for about a year, or a year and a half, it has quickly grown into something that I am not only extremely passionate about, but it has also affected me in ways that are so deep that I hope will inspire you all today. So I spent my elementary school years a nerdy, overweight, Asian outcast. And I was very unathletic. And well, I grew up in a relatively conservative community, which gave me the sense that the way to become and stay physically active and physically fit would be to play sports, specifically ball sports. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like balls very much. Especially when they're hurtling towards you, right? When your friend says, hey, Kyle, go long, right? He throws the ball at me, and then I think the ball is going to go here, but the ball actually goes over there, so I run towards the ball, and then my hands and eyes are here, but I overrun it, so it hits me in the head, and I'm knocked out, and not very fun. And that experience really sort of discouraged me from playing sports from then on out, and I sort of shied away from doing that, and I sort of assumed that, you know what, I am supposed to be this nerd archetype that I must follow, and I didn't try being athletic. I didn't try staying physically fit because I didn't know that it was an option open to me. But all the way up until Viewpoint, it had sort of been a sort of breaking down of the barriers that I had developed during my years in elementary school after I moved to LA for middle school. And by my junior year of Viewpoint, I felt comfortable enough to even consider the decision about taking a tap class at Viewpoint. I mean, I'd seen it being done during my A-Free, and I thought, this is the coolest thing ever. But I was still unsure because, one, I was still a little bit insecure about myself, and I was afraid people would judge me if I took dance because guys aren't supposed to do dance, supposedly, and I also wasn't really sure about my own abilities because before I'd never really done anything physical, and I hadn't really demonstrated to myself nor other people that I could ever succeed doing something that involved my body instead of just only my mind. But deep down I had this signal that said that I should do it, and I did, and by God, it was the best decision I've made in high school. I mean, my passion for it got a little bit excessive, to be truthful. I'll be in my kitchen, right? I'll be waiting for my mom to get ready so we can go out to eat or go somewhere, right? I'm like, oh, and this floor, it's a wonderful, beautiful hardwood floor, so it makes a wonderful sound when I do this. And my mom would run in when she hears that and say, yeah, Kai, 我拜托你不要敲, which is Chinese for Kyle, I beg of you, please don't tap. And I would just be like, okay. So I would control myself. Or better yet, that time when I was, when tap got out early and I was running to my English class so I could get there on time. And I actually got there early and my English teacher wasn't there yet. And so I was sitting there with my bag and my tap shoes were inside of the bag. And my friends, my classmates were, hey Kyle, do a little tap for us. But I knew I couldn't do tap because, I mean, the floor is made out of carpet, you wouldn't hear anything. But the table was made out of wood. So I furtively pulled my tap shoes out, put on my shoes, right? And I climbed onto the nearest desk, right? And it was a really bad desk because it was really wobbly, one of those tables the pegs were missing. So, but I didn't have time to lose. I couldn't switch tables because my teacher could come in any minute. So I was just like, okay, and 5 seconds into that, she walks in and she's like, hello, class. Kyle, please come down. And that was the end of that. So as you can see, it really, unlike all things that one is truly passionate about, it really permeates every aspect of your life. And sometimes it's a little bit intrusive and annoying to your friends and family. But looking back, I realized that not only did tap finally give me the method by which I could remain physically fit. I mean, I lost a little weight, my calves got a little bit more muscular, it was nice. But beyond that, I realized that this was probably the only passion I had found up to this point where sort of I didn't feel like society encouraged me to do it. Being somebody who is supposed to be very book smart and supposed to be very unathletic, very unphysical, and not only that, but sort of being a guy, doing dance just seemed like something I couldn't do. But I was lucky enough to be in a community like Viewpoint where I was able to interact with so many different aspects of what people do that I was able to realize that, hey, you know what? I don't need to follow these societal constructs. I should do what I love. And I realized that if you really go for what you love doing, and if you're in the right community, they will actually learn to accept you for who you have become because they see you having so much fun on stage. And well, I thought the best way to show my gratitude to the community would be to do a little tap routine for you guys. So have fun. Thank you.